Hey guys, so I hope the Lord is treating you with His goodness wherever you are in this world. One of the things that was on my mind was accepting no gracefully. How do we accept no when we get rejection letters? If we were, interviewing for a job and we had multiple interviews and didn't make it, right? Or, my girls do community theater and they audition all the time. They do film and television commercials and they audition all the time. How do you react when you're not cast in a part? Well, here's how we deal with this. We as a family, okay, my girls get they 24 hours, 24 hours feeling the feel. You get all that you need out, vent, cry, feel awful, because it's very important for our body to process those feelings. Very important. We can't hold that in. Don't hold it in. Feel the feels, okay? But during the 24 hours, don't go to social media and trash people who got your part that you wanted or got the job that you wanted. Don't trash people. That is a no-no. Stay off social media. And then, if you can avoid it, don't make any decisions in this 24 hours of you feeling and processing this rejection, okay? It's important to not make decisions that are going to be permanent, because when you go to social media and you trash people, you trash the directors or the actors or anything, that gets around. People see that and it ruins your reputation. HR can see that and you'll never get the job that you wanted. Be careful about what you speak about people, especially online. And a lot of times, when you're having a good cry, you may take back the words that you think or say, So 24 hours to process your feelings. Then afterwards, you have to realize what's for you is for you. God is not going to let somebody else take the opportunity that He has for you. So your time is coming. So this no could have been protection. So think about this. What if you got cast in this role and it would be a miserable experience for you? What if God was saving you from a cast that, or a director that would have been awful? Sometimes God's no is protection. It's a not yet. Most of the time it's a not yet. You during this time. Afterwards, when you get up and you're like, okay, I felt the feels, now I gotta get up. Okay, you gotta get up. You can improve on your skills. If you can get feedback, you can ask in a polite way. Okay, always approach in a polite way. What are the skills that I can improve on that you saw in my interview or my audition? What can I improve on? Thank them for their feedback, even if you don't agree with it. Thank them for their time and move on. And sometimes they'll remember you for later. They may call you back in, especially if you're auditioning for a role or a job that you may be a better fit for something else. So always understand your reputation is important and you don't want to ruin it by your behavior and the words that you say, okay? So then it's time, get your feedback if you can. If you can't, think about what you could have done better, okay? And improve on those skills. Take the time to improve on your skills. You have the time now where if you were cast or you were hired, you wouldn't have had the time to hone in on the things that you need to improve. So you can take that time to be productive, right? Also, when you find out who gets the role that you wanted, don't trash their names, celebrate them, okay? So here's an example. Helena she auditioned for a role that she needed to use ASL. She's a student of ASL, but ASL is not her first language. Well, the young lady who got the role was deaf and hard of hearing. We celebrated that. Why? Well, people with disabilities, there's not a lot of roles for them in television. There's not a lot of roles. So we celebrated someone who actually got the role for a language that they actually speak. We didn't think that role belonged to Helena. It belonged to the young lady who got the role. So we celebrated. We're really excited for her. That gives your ego a workout. Lower it, humble yourself. Celebrate the person who actually got the role. Even if you don't think that they earned the role, which we genuinely may not be able to say if a person's earned that role or not. Now, okay, yeah, we understand Nepo babies do exist. Celebrate anyway. That good energy will come back to you. Always celebrate the person who got the role and be thankful maybe sometimes that you didn't get it because maybe God is protecting you from something. So another thing my girls have done when they haven't gotten the roles that they wanted in community theater is that they went and they ushered for the show and they supported their friends who did get cast. They supported their friends. So one of the things that you have to remember also with casting is they have a job to do and you shouldn't take it personal, right? You shouldn't take it personal. Sometimes you don't get cast in parts and it has nothing to do with you. There was this one time where Helena auditioned for this, she was being matched with a family. And they told us that there was nothing better she could have done. She just did not match with the family that was, that got the part. So she was great. She just didn't look like the family that actually got the part. So nothing about her acting skills. There was another situation where I overheard that this person didn't get cast because they looked like the casting director's ex. Nothing about their skills. They look like their ex. Couldn't do anything about that. So sometimes it's not personal, okay? It's not personal. So and that's very important not to trash casting because it's a small world out there. You just never know where you're gonna be. So, sorry, while I was editing this, I thought of another casting story. I try to make it fast. So, okay, Helena auditioned for a musical in the summertime, didn't make it in. A couple of years later, that director who did not cast her for the musical ended up playing her father in a short film. At the time she auditioned for his musical, we didn't know who he was, not at all. Years later, we absolutely loved their family. So it just kind of goes to show, sometimes you get a no and you just got to take it and be graceful with it because you never know who's going to end up where. You just never know. Absolutely love their family, wonderful people, but it just goes to show sometimes it just doesn't work out, but later on it will. Okay? So 24 hours good cry. Know that what God has for you is for you. Okay? Nobody's going to take that away. There's always going to be another opportunity if you don't quit. Okay? Celebrate with other people. Give your ego gratitude a workout where you celebrate with other people. Be genuine about it. Don't be like, I'm happy for you. No, actually try to be happy for that person. So during the time that you have, hone in on what you need to improve. When you if you do ask for feedback, be polite. Don't go in thinking that you're entitled with an attitude and all that sort of stuff because people remember that. Always be kind and nice. But anyway, what's for you is for you. And it's really important to accept no gracefully because as adults, nobody wants to deal with a difficult person. Nobody wants to deal with an adult or kid having a fit about what they didn't get. We can't get everything. Can't land every role. But while we're waiting for our time, we need to be prepared for when it's our time because your time is coming. You don't have to worry about it. God has something for you as well. All right? So let's celebrate other people. Get your cry out. Don't go to social media while you're crying because I'm going to tell you this, be honest. I've seen it. I've read it. I've seen it. I've heard it. Okay? People read, did you see what so-and-so posted? Yeah. And they go on about the negative post. People do talk about you when you post negatively online. You may not hear it, but it's said. I've heard it myself. So, and I understand that person is going through something. They're hurting, but it's not wise to post online about, things like that. You can post later when your mind's clear. And that's the better approach to doing that. You could definitely talk about it because I've actually talked about, when Fia and Helena haven't made it into musicals and, those sort of things and how we process things. We don't trash others. We talk about our feelings and how we're going to keep going, but we're not going to trash others. So, yeah, we got to learn how to accept no gracefully and keep going because your opportunities, your blessings are coming, but you have to keep going and be positive, be respectful, be kind. Okay. Bye.